Jennifer here. I wanted to share with you my lace nest that I finished today. I really had fun creating with the Opulent Lace Nest Kit from OohLaLa Vintage Treasures. It was a lot of fun to work with, and I think my lace nest turned out so adorable. It was created on this bed spring. It was like a rusty old bed spring. It was so awesome, and I wrapped it with some fabric. And I just want to share with you a few things. I do have a process video after I show you what I created, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned. And I'm going to get a little bit closer so you can see the details of my project. So this bird nest here is just sitting on top. I did not glue it down, although I have thought about doing that. I wasn't 100% sure. I like the fact that I can kind of move it around if I want to. And so you can see all the details. I added so many different trims to this. I kind of cut them at 6-inch lengths and then tied them in the middle, and then I stuck them in there, and I will show you that in the process. I laid pieces of applique over the top of the nest here. I made these beautiful dangles, which I'll show you in just a minute. You can kind of see the bird is just kind of laying in the nest, and I used all of the trims, appliques, all of the different pieces that she included. I incorporated in the nest. Fabrics, trims, all kinds of different things. I love that this can just lay on the top there. It's so shabby, so beautiful. And I think it turned out really lovely. As you can see here, I created a few dangles with laces, some of the tatting pieces, the dangle trims, the beads. I made little bead dangles, pieces of lace there, and I attached it to a piece of the applique. I also did that on this side as well. You can see the pretty beads dangling, the little pieces of applique trim, some of the little rhinestone pieces, the tatting. So I thought that was really cute to have those dangling. As you come down the coil here, you can see pieces of lace that I tied on, little applique bits with the little bird on top. This is a little piece of applique. I tied the laces there. And then I'm going to zoom into the bottom there. As you can see on the bottom here, I added different pieces of the appliques, and I made them into little flowers. I rolled some laces and made them into little buds. I added the beautiful crystal piece here, one of the little miniature birds there. And as you turn in every angle, you'll see different pieces. I added that really pretty applique piece with the sequins and the pearls, and then this little charm there. I added pearls and different beads in there. I added the button here, different pieces of the appliques and doilies that I just kind of made into little rosebuds. You can see the applique piece here on this coil, and then as you turn every angle, you will see all of the yumminess inside. So as you can see, my lace nest turned out really lovely. I did forget to mention that I did add a tassel piece back here on the nest to dangle as well. And so I just wanted lots of movement, lots of interest in there. So I hope that you enjoyed my little lace nest that I created for OohLaLa Vintage Treasures design team. And stay tuned for the process. And thank you guys so much for watching. Hi guys! Thank you so much for joining me as I create my beautiful lace nest. As you can see, in order to create the nest, I'm using this square doily along with some stiffy fabric stiffener. You can also use a glue water mixture regular Elmer's glue. If you have that on hand, that will work as well. So you want to saturate the item that you're stiffening. And it doesn't really take all that much, but you definitely want to make it stiff and sturdy. So I added as much as I needed to saturate it. And then I actually did a second coat because it wasn't stiff enough the first time. Excuse me. I like to be able to use the Tim Holtz mat just because if there's any extra, it won't soak into the mat. I can just wipe it right up with the doily. So here I'm taking a glass jar that I had and laying it over to dry. And while that's drying, I am going to cover this bed spring. There's so many different things you can do. You can paint it. Doreen painted hers with a cream colored chalk paint and then went back over it with some cream pearl color paint, and it looks so pretty. I wanted mine really shabby, so I was gonna spray paint it pink, but I decided to use the really pretty fabric that I had and cut it into strips and wrap it around. I think I needed 3 to 4 strips at least. So I'm just showing you here how I'm wrapping it around, and I use a little bit of glue to tack it in different areas. I'm using the Fabri-Tac, and if you hear my dog, she's drinking her water in the background. So here I'm showing you that I was tearing the really pretty shabby fabric. That was really hard to use that fabric because it was just so beautiful. After the lace nest dried, I decided I wanted to glitter mine up. So I'm using a little bit of matte decoupage glue, and I'm just brushing it on the edge of the nest. I'm using this really pretty glitter that I picked up at Target. It's kind of a champagne color glitter. It's so pretty. You don't see too much of the glitter as I cover quite a bit of this nest, but you can still see it peeking out a little bit, so I had to add some sparkle. Here I'm adding another layer of doily in the center of the nest. I cut out the middle part of that doily to use, at a later time. I'm taking all of the pieces of applique that she included, and I'm adding it to the sides of the nests. The more little details you add, the fuller the nest is going to look, which I just love these little appliques. They're so cute. Now these appliques are really cool because you can cut this one into 4 different pieces, which I'm doing here, and make 4 different appliques. I didn't trim off any of the edges to make them perfect because I actually like how it looks, so I left it like that. As you can see, I added another little square doily in the bottom of the nest. Now I'm taking that really pretty trim and I cut it into little pieces to kind of dangle off the side. I'm trying to see if I like it, how it looks. So I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing exactly, but I wanted to see if it looked pleasing to the eye while it was on the stand. And I didn't like it. Here I am tying some lace to the coil just to kind of add some interest. I added that pink little doily there, the little bow doily or applique, and now I'm cutting this little applique off because I love those little flowers. So now I am cutting the laces and the fabrics about 6 inches long. I wanted to add some fluff to the nest, and I'm tying all of these little pieces in the middle. Because I'm going to use these pieces to make the nest really fluffy. This fabric is a little bit tricky to cut, so I'm just kind of cutting a little bit and tearing, cutting and tearing because I wanted the frayed end. I love that look. And I didn't want it to be perfect, and it's not. So now I'm just folding in half, adding a little bit of glue, and placing it in the nest. And it kind of just falls randomly and gives a lot of fluff to the nest. So I'm kind of evenly spacing them in the four corners. Now I took this really cute pieces that I cut up earlier and kind of folding them into little petals and then laying it over the side there a little bit. Adding more layers. This is just the way I did it, guys, so you guys can come up with a better way or a different way. I just wanted, this is kind of just how I envisioned it. I did get some pointers from Doreen. She did hers a little bit differently. Instead of tying the fabric, she kind of twisted them like this into different petal shapes. She just kind of glued it, the fabric pieces, and hers turned out incredible. You guys should see her video because it's just incredible. Now I'm adding this really pretty pink tulle because I needed another layer and some more fluff. This pink tulle is just so pretty, and the color is to die for. It's perfect pink. This also helps keep the other fabric pieces intact, kind of like towards the side of the nest, so that helped. So as I finish this up, guys, I really appreciate you watching the process, and I hope that you will put together a nest of your own, and I would love to see it. Thank you guys for joining me today and for taking the time to watch my videos. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye for now.